boys and girls. Welcome to Kingdom Kids. I'm so glad that you're here with us today to enjoy a good book. And don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. My name is Linda, and I'm very, very happy to have two of my good friends from church here, Brooklyn and Macey. They're going to be listening to the story along with all of you all at home. The name of our story today is Easter Bunny. Are you for real? I think this is going to be a real fun book to listen to. So get ready and come on and let's have a good story time. We're going to read a story today about a bunny. It's called Easter Bunny. Are You for Real? By Harold Myra. And the pictures were done by Jane Kuisu. So would you like to listen to Easter Bunny? Are You for Real?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Look. These children are listening to a story also. Look at that funny bunny, Mom said. No, Greg declared. Bad bunny. I bet that's Greg up there looking at the book. Now, where did you hear that? Dad asked. Bad bunny, Greg repeated very seriously, shaking his head from side to side. Bad. Wonder where Greg had heard about a bad bunny. Greg was too young, too little, to tell his mom and dad what he meant. Dad asked Michelle and Todd, where did Greg get that idea that the Easter Bunny is bad? Michelle and Todd thought for a while. Finally, Michelle said, I remember someone at church saying that it's a shame the way the kids get all excited about the Easter Bunny. Why shouldn't we get excited about the Easter Bunny? Todd asked. What does the Easter Bunny have to do with Easter? We never talk about the Easter Bunny in Sunday school, Michelle said. Well, said Dad, let's go back to the beginning. Jesus' friends saw him killed on the cross and then buried. What a terrible day. Jesus was dead. That was very sad, wasn't it? The way he was crucified on a cross.
He nailed him down.
Mm-hmm. But 3 days later, that first Easter dawn means in the morning when the sun came up, Jesus rose from his grave. He was alive again 3 days after he was crucified. We have Easter, and that's why we have Easter, because he rose from the dead. He came out of where he was buried.
How did he come alive?
Well, we're gonna find out. His disciples suddenly understood what Jesus had tried to be telling them. Death is the beginning, not the end. Jesus would live forever, and they would too. All of us can live forever with Jesus up in heaven. But what about the Easter Bunny? Michelle interrupted. The Easter Bunny had nothing to do with the real Easter, said Dad. The Easter Bunny, along with new leaves that come out in the spring, and new flowers, and baby kittens and baby chicks. It's all a part of how we celebrate spring. But that's all. Spring is God's picture of Jesus rising from the dead as all of nature comes to life again. Well, where did the eggs come in? Mom called from the kitchen as she spooned hard-cooked eggs out of a pot. Maybe they're getting ready. Have you ever dyed Easter eggs?
Yes, I've done that in kindergarten.
Oh, that's fun, isn't it? Michelle and Todd and Greg scrambled to the kitchen table to pick their favorite colors.
I love purple.
You like purple? What do you like?
I like purple, blue, and red. Red.
I love blue. Blue's my favorite
That's
color.
what's sitting in the fridge.
Mm-hmm. The season before Easter, Christians remembered the suffering of Jesus. Many gave up certain foods, including eggs. We call this time Lent, and we are in Lent right now. It's the time leading up to Easter. When Easter arrived each year, the Christians celebrated their new life in Christ. The sad time of not eating was over. It was time for the Easter feast, and a feast is like a big fancy meal. Years ago, because eggs made people think of new life, think about birds coming out of eggs or chickens coming out of eggs. They were brought to the table colored red. You said you liked red.
No, I did.
Oh, you okay.
I love them.
For Easter joy. I'm getting mixed up, Michelle said. I don't remember eggs in any Bible stories. You're right, Michelle, said Dad. The real Easter and all the springtime fun got mixed together. For hundreds of years, people have been hiding eggs and telling stories of how the Easter bunny burns wild flowers to make dye. There are a lot of other stories about Easter too. Some people used to say that the sun skipped for joy every Easter morning, and that if you got up early, you'd see it. Well, hiding eggs is fun, said Craig. It's okay to celebrate spring like that, isn't it? Asked Todd. Sure, if we also remember that on the real Easter, Jesus rose from the dead. He came out of his grave to let us know that we could live forever up in heaven with him. So it's okay to have the Easter bunny and maybe even some Easter candy and dye some eggs. It's okay to have all that as long as we remember the real meaning for Easter.
The dog is trying to hide one too.
Mm-hmm. The next morning, very early, while it was still dark, the three children and their parents went sleepily to the patio to wait for Easter sunrise and to remember Jesus and what he did for us. Slowly, a bit of pink light began to come up on the horizon. That means they could see it in the sky. I love Easter time, Greg said, and Mom and Dad smiled. You know, Dad said, in the early days of the church, Jesus rising from the dead was so important that every Sunday was celebrated as Easter. They remembered on every Sunday how Jesus rose from the dead. Then let's go to church and celebrate, said Mom. After church, Michelle, Todd, and Greg sampled a piece of their Easter candy. That sounds yummy. Greg pointed to a chocolate bunny in a candy box. Bad bunny, he said again.
Bunny, and look at the dog.
Greg's right, Michelle declared. People think about the Easter bunny and they forget about the real Easter. Yeah, that's crazy, said Todd. Think about the Easter bunny this way, Dad said. A rabbit spends the winter in a dark hole in the earth, like underground or in a tree. But in the springtime, the rabbit leaps out of that hole, full of life. This is how we have been set free by our risen Lord. Greg was munching the ears off his chocolate bunny. I like to do that. Eat the chocolate ears. Well, Todd said, the Easter bunny got us talking a lot about God and Jesus this year. And that's a good thing to talk to our families about it. Yes, Dad agreed. And since God made both bunnies and food, I think I'll have a little bite too. And he did.
I would eat the ears first.
The ears first. I'm with you. Ears first.
I would ate the ears first, and then the head, and then the body.
Here's for our story. Let's remember, boys and girls, here at Easter time, that God gives us spring with all the fresh grass, the leaves out on the trees, the flowers, and all the animals, including the bunnies. So it's okay to think about bunnies and even the Easter bunny at Easter time, as long as we remember the important part is that God sent his son Jesus here to earth to save us all.